Hey guys, it's Robin again. Alright, the final type of leukocyte is a monocyte. So here we have monocyte. Monocytes are 12 to 20 micrometers in diameter, and they have a horseshoe-shaped nucleus. Now, monocytes that have left circulation become macrophages, and they phagocytize debris, foreign pathogens, worn out erythrocytes, basically any other like dead cell kind of material. Monocytes also release antimicrobial defenses and chemotactic chemicals that attract other leukocytes to injury areas, and they can be in fixed locations or they can move around. They make up 2 to 8% of the leukocytes in the blood plasma, which translates to roughly 450 monocytes in the blood itself. So, if there is an increase in monocyte numbers, then it indicates viral and fungal infections, tuberculosis, and can also indicate the presence of cancer or chronic disease. However, if there is a decrease in monocyte count, that can indicate the suppression of bone marrow. All right, moving on. Platelets, the last part of the formed elements. So platelets are actually cell fragments, and they're fragments of a cell called a megakaryocyte. The platelets are about 2 to 4 micrometers in diameter, and there are approximately 150,000 to 160,000 platelets per microliter. They enter circulation, and then a third of them will split off and go to the spleen to be stored for later usage. Their primary function, though, is to limit blood loss. So basically when you cut yourself and you don't bleed forever, that's because the plasma or the platelets are forming up to stop excess blood flow. And then they only exist for about 10 days, and then they're phagocytized by the macrophages. If there are too many platelets in the blood, then you'll get unwanted blood clotting, and this is known as thrombocytosis. If there are too few platelets in the blood, you'll get excessive bleeding, and that's not good. And that is called thrombocytopenia. Finally, blood cells themselves originate in red bone marrow, and they all come from a specialized stem cell. The stem cell divides, and it becomes immature erythrocytes, leukocytes, and platelets. And then, after the immature formation, it further divides, and then further matures. So at the end of that process, you get the mature erythrocytes, mature leukocytes, and the mature platelets. Finally, reticulocytes are immature erythrocytes. They eventually turn into erythrocytes. After they will lose their nucleus and their organelles in order to become erythrocytes. They are approximately 1 to 2% of erythrocyte count, strictly because they're immature and will further mature. They provide a rough estimate in the hematocrit test. The reticulocytes provide a rough estimate of erythrocyte production, and an increase or a decrease in reticulocytes indicates deviation of cell production. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope you enjoyed my videos. Bye!